Little California license plates. Leo went nowhere without a pocket protector. He was always prepared. And they're not trying to get close up to the feet, they're trying to get close up to the pedals there. This is a late spring, you can tell by the weeds in the background there. This is George and Freddie. Both very accomplished guitar players. Freddie, of course, played with the Royal Hawaiians, the Harry Owens band in Hawaii. He was born in Maui. Came to California with Harry Owens. This is Roy Lanham playing on the Roy Lanham on the left playing the prototype. Not sure who the guy with the scarf around his neck is, but he sure is having fun. I don't see any cords coming out of those guitars. Looks to me like they're not plugged in, but the hang tag. Aha, and this is Leo's only recreation right here, this boat. This is the Chris Craft. I think he docked it down at Newport Beach. Interesting fact is that Don Randall and Leo Fender were partners for over 20 years. Leo never flew in one of Don's planes, and Don never went boating with Leo in one of his boats. They just didn't hang out together. Leo was very, very proud of this boat. He had several over the years. Leo at the helm, pocket protector in place, heading out. They used to take these weekend trips to Catalina. That was a fun weekend for them. Go out to Avalon, and I don't know if they'd stay overnight or not, if they'd just go out there for the day. It takes an hour and a half, 2 hours to get out there this way. I found out about this video in the 1980s when Forrest and I were having lunch together one day. He said, "Yeah, well, I'm going to be putting out a video." And I go, "Really? What is it?" And he goes, "Well, it's a home movie I made in 1957 at the Fender factory." He goes, and it has scenes of Leo out on his boat pulling into Avalon Harbor there, the casino going by, hills in the background. Really hasn't changed much in the last 50 years. There's one of the seaplanes that used to go there. Now they don't do the seaplanes anymore. Those are gone. That's a Wrigley mansion up there on the top of the hill. New shirt, new pocket protector, all ready to go. Leo really was an excellent photographer. That's his first wife, Esther. Oh no, that's Joanne. That's Joanne White, and that's Curtis White. There's Esther in the background, laughing. This is Forrest. visiting. I'm not sure who he's with here in this picture. This is Speedy West on the left and Roy Lanham and Jerry Byrd goofing it, being goofy, I guess is the best way to describe this. They're at one of the NAMM shows or one of the trade shows back east. I think it's probably the NAMM show at the Palmer House. I'm not absolutely sure about that. There's no way to really know. Roy Lanham and Speedy, of course, were endorsing Fender, and Jerry Byrd was endorsing Rickenbacker at the time. And these guys just palled around, boy. They had a lot of fun. You can see they're at the Fender booth here, the Fender instruments in the background. This is the famous Lucite Stratocaster that did, in fact, resurface in the 1980s, I think, with different hardware. I'm not sure about that. But you can see that the stand that it's on is lit. They went to great lengths to make this guitar out of Lucite, so you could see exactly what was going on inside. The Fender booth, the very cool curtain in the background. Custom color Strat there, Music Master, a couple of Music Masters. All the tweed amps. Fender Strat, Fender mandolin. Gold plated Strat, the blonde finish. Otherwise known as the Mary Kay model, kind of informally. Here we have Fred McCord on the right, Don Randall on the far left there playing some chords. He never let on that he played guitar, but he looks like he's doing fine. Got a couple of the salesmen playing with him. You've got Don Patton and Bob Dayton. I'm pretty sure it's Dayton playing a bass around the corner. They're going to show him here in a second. Notice the gray chords coming out of the guitars. There we go, playing a precision bass. That very likely is a prototype for the revised Precision 57. Very likely the prototype. You see the vibes in the background? Leo told me that once that he was going to make a set of electric vibes for Lionel Hampton. I don't know if that ever happened or not. Here's a close-up of Randall, non-trimmed Strat. I think that's the thing that's amazing is how much fun these guys were having. The entire time they're working, but they're having a lot of fun doing it. I think that was one of the keys to success there. This is a Rickenbacker booth. Forrest was pretty friendly with all the other manufacturers. That's F.C. Hall standing up, and of course Jerry Byrd playing steel. Jerry Byrd is probably the finest Hawaiian guitar player of his generation. And Rickenbacker, he played a Rickenbacker from the very beginning, back in the 30s. He had an old pre-war Bakelite model. He's one of the Rickenbacker salesmen. Forrest was real good friends with Jerry Byrd, and one of his biggest fans. Forrest loves steel guitar, as Leo did. And you can hear the steel guitar in the Fender guitar. It's just there, the influence and the tone and just the whole approach to the Spanish guitar coming from the Hawaiian guitar. I mean, it just looks lyrical. You see his vibrato and how smooth it is. Those are Rickenbacker prototypes. it's really one of the unfortunate things in the Fender story, of course, is how F.C. Hall and Leo kind of falling out about things. And you can see the F.C. just kept plowing away. He never gave up. This is Barney Kessel, the K guitar, the K Kessel model. These are the guys at Martin. D28 there. Beautiful guitar. Chet Atkins is at the Gretsch booth. Thumb pick. I think that's a white falcon hanging up in the background, isn't it? Single cutaway white falcon. Jimmy Webster with his touch technique on the fingerboard. It's pretty radical. I was down at the museum, Fullerton Museum this afternoon, and there's a 14-year-old kid working on doing all the Eddie Van Halen stuff. And little did he know, little do guitar players know that this technique was perfected in the 50s. Of course, not used exactly the same way, but you can tell right there that he was a master of it. Well, that just about wraps it up, the home movie of the 1957 Fender Guitar Factory. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I think it's a really an important document, and I hope that we all learned something about how they made Fender guitars in the old days. Thanks.